Welcome to Harmonized. I am your host, Gigi Naval, integrative and functional registered dietitian nutritionist, here to help you harmonize your gut and hormone health for improved metabolic health. Before I start my mineral series next week, I thought I would just throw in a bonus episode and just share with you my experience with my bloating that I experienced years ago. So let me tell you, because I was thinking, yes, I am Asian, this bloating that I have every time I have dairy, ice cream, any type of dairy product, cheese, yes, it makes sense that I would get so bloated and so uncomfortable. I love milkshakes, and I would just go ahead and drink it, knowing that I would always have my lactase enzymes with me. I would never leave without it. It was always in my purse. So it went around with me, and it was my saving grace. Again, I'm like, well, I'm Asian, so it fits the picture. I'm Filipino. So yeah, I'm lactose intolerant. We all think we're lactose intolerant, or at least a majority of us think that. So here's the thing. There was one time that my parents and I decided to go on just a little few days break, kind of a vacation to Ventura because of the good restaurants that they have over there. And the first day we got there, we went to a Filipino restaurant and we had my favorite, halo halo. Halo halo is a Filipino dessert, and it means mix. So it has ice cream, it has ube, it has flan, it has beans, different fruits like jackfruit, of course, with added sugar, milk, etc. And it just tastes amazing. Okay. So after our meal, we had halo halo, and then I turned to my mom and I said, oops, I forgot to bring my lactase enzymes. Can I have some of yours? And she said, okay, sure, not a problem. And she looked in her purse and she forgot her lactase enzymes too, because she also believed that she was lactose intolerant, but that's what her doctor told her. So we were like, uh-oh. We're going to be in trouble because it's very uncomfortable how I feel and what she goes through. So we're like, well, we won't worry about it. We'll be here for another 2 days, but we will survive. Okay, so we went on our way, and a couple hours later, I was thinking, I'm still comfortable. I am still comfortable. Very interesting. And I said, Mom, how are you feeling? And she said, What do you mean? I'm good. I said, yeah, but we had halo halo. And she said, Oh yeah. Well, I'm doing okay. And I thought that was a fluke. Hours later, we were still feeling okay. So then the next day, I don't always do this, but the next day where we were at, they had ube ice cream in these fish-shaped waffles. While I usually split a dessert with my parents, I thought, nope, we are going to have our own. And I ate mine, and I had more than I usually do. My dad ate all of his. My mom ate all of hers. And we were going home. I thought, well, that's fine. We're going home. We'll be okay. But I was checking myself and my mom, and no issues at all. What made the difference? Okay, so here's the thing. Let's rewind several months prior with my mom, about maybe 7 or 8 months prior. She was having issues with watery stools, and she was trying to figure things out on her own, looking at things on the internet, and she would try to implement what she found. And I said, Mom, come on, let me help you. And so we did work on her gut dysbiosis that she apparently had. She did send the stool test sample that I had her send in. And yes, there were some overgrowths. And so we dealt with that. But this was 7 to 8 months later. And yes, her stools had improved, but then she didn't realize that it would also help her with the dairy products. And then for me, a few months later, I remember it was the holidays, and all of a sudden I thought, there's a certain bloat that is not associated with dairy, but I had this kind of bloat 20-something years ago, and it was very familiar. I had gotten rid of that particular bloat a long time ago, and I thought, wow, this is staying, and I didn't have any dairy. Okay, what is going on? Immediately I thought, I am in the middle of menopause. I was at month 6, month 6 or month 7. It was one of those months. And immediately I thought this must have to do with menopause, because every time we go through menopause, it changes the landscape of the gut community. So I immediately sent out my stool sample to the lab. And when I got my results back, I was mortified. I was like, what? And so I had to calm down and just accept the fact that, yeah, I have these issues. And I implemented the same protocol that I implemented on my mom, all of my clients. And so by the time that we had gone to Ventura for like this little outing for a couple days, I didn't realize that all this time, it wasn't because I'm lactose intolerant. Yes, I am, but it was because my gut community was out of balance. What a big difference it has made. And I do not have, neither does my mom, we do not have issues with any dairy. And recently, I put it again to the test. I just got back last night from a 12-day road trip. And so I wasn't thinking at all, I wasn't patrolling myself at all with, oh, that has dairy, this has dairy. No, I wanted to put things to the test even more. And so I remember there was one meal that I had where it was a turkey melt sandwich. So I had that, and I also had milk, full-on milk. And guess what? To this day, because it was 5 years ago that I put myself on the protocol, to this day, I was so happy that I don't have any issues with dairy. Because before, when I would have even a milkshake, oh my word, it would just be horrible. But the rest of the day, I'm like, oh, hello world. So I am so grateful to know that being lactose intolerant doesn't really cause issues for many people. It's really the gut dysbiosis that makes things so uncomfortable, that causes these food sensitivities. And when we work on rebalancing our gut community, knowing if we have this overgrowth, bacterial overgrowth, or fungal overgrowth, or H. pylori overgrowth, etc., if we know what those are and then we work on eliminating those, wow. What a big difference this makes. And this is what I love helping my clients with over and over again. I never get tired of doing this and helping people feel so much better and helping them realize it's not because you're lactose intolerant. All right, friend. In all that we do and all that we eat and drink, let us do it all for the glory of God.